Welcome back to West Pregame. Our last interview of the night is with women's tennis, Olivia and Grace. Thank you guys so much for coming on.
Thanks.
Well, let's start from spring break. You guys were at Florida. You guys had your parents come along with you. What was that like?
It was really great having the parents come along because usually last year only one set of parents came along, and this year we had tons, pretty much like half the teams from the guys and women's teams. So each night was packed with fun dinners with parents, which is very different from past years.
Well, Olivia, you kind of giggled from that. Were there any in particular that you had the most fun at?
The last night we went to this Greek place. Opa.
Opa, it was really crazy because there was like a bunch of dancing on the tables, and it was our last night, so we didn't have a match the next day, and all the parents were there, huge long table.
Everyone would just get up on the table and they start
Yeah.
dancing.
You guys are brave souls.
Tennis gone wild. It was,
Yeah.
it's pretty weird.
Well, apart from the fun, you guys must have had a lot of games to play. What was it like to play them back to back and, not having necessarily enough sleep?
Very tiring. I mean, we didn't do as much as softball, like 14 games in 7 days, but you're in the sun for 4 to 5 hours a day, and on top of that, waiting for the guys' matches and cheering them on, of course, takes up a lot of energy. So, that's just really tiring. Your knees and your shoulders are pretty much beat up by the end of the week.
Were there any rewards after this enduring spring break trip?
Yeah, for sure. I think every match, even if it's a win or a loss, you come out of it with something that something that you learn.
Yeah.
And both of you guys performed very well during the spring break trip. You guys were, made a team and played in doubles and won a lot of your matches. What was that like to, play together and succeed in a lot of these matches?
I think gave us a lot more confidence in going into the season, because I'm senior and she's a freshman, so we've never played together before. Our first match was against Hamilton, and then that was sort of an easy match, but we knew going later into the season we'd play a lot tougher teams, so having spring break behind us and having 5 matches built our confidence a lot, and allowed us to beat Trinity, or to beat Colby. We didn't beat Trinity, but
We almost did.
Almost did. It was a really
It
close
was
one.
close.
It was 8-5, so.
Yeah.
Well, Olivia, you also have a lot on your plate in terms of being the NESCAC Player of the Week. What was that like when you found out?
4? I didn't know that. Thanks for sharing.
I don't know. I just.
She's modest.
I can tell. Well, it's so
I had no
wonderful.
idea. Coach Freed sent me a text message and he told me, and it's great. Like after a hard week, to know that you came out and you achieved something great. So.
Well, you guys just came out of a very hard week as well. This Sunday, you guys came back very late from Colby. Was that rewarding because you guys won? How was the trip back?
It was really good. She played a close match, and it was convincing win.
It was 9-0, but still really close, and again, building up confidence is important. But the ride back, sort of, you're exhausted, and getting back at 1:30 when some people at 9 a.m. classes was really tough, and still had work to do. I was up at 4 a.m. doing work, so it's what you get, student athlete.
Well, there must be a lot of rewards from winning, but are there any matches in particular that you guys are looking forward to in this coming season?
Wednesday Tufts, definitely, because if we beat them, we'll make the NESCAC tournament, which we haven't in maybe ever. So if we had beaten Trinity, which that was also a really important match, but we didn't. We lost them last year 9-0, but this year only lost them 6-3. So I think that says a lot about our potential against Tufts on Wednesday. So that's pretty much the deciding match. So.
And Olivia, as a freshman, are you excited about possibly making NESCACs?
Yeah, I think every match is exciting. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what to expect,
every
so
match is really important.
Yeah.
And, well, Grace, I mean, you are a senior on the tennis team. Is there any advice you want to leave?
For me?
Don't make me cry. Yeah, she's my little minion now, my doubles partner. We've talked about it a lot, so I hopefully have taught her some lessons throughout the season. And there's still 4 more weeks left. But basically, my main words of advice would be to have fun, because still, you know, not going pro or anything. Work your hardest and never get too down on yourself, because that's not any fun. Tennis is a really like mental game, and she knows that. So
Yeah.
Seems like she's all set already.
yeah,
Well, thank you guys so much for coming on tonight.
thank you.
Thank you.